Hey everyone, in today's video we are going to tackle an interesting JavaScript interview question that has been asked quite a lot. So without wasting any time, let's dive into the code. So here as you can see, we have written one function called sum, which is a currying function, and currying is nothing but we have to send series of arguments to a function in JavaScript. So here we are giving example of sum function. Let me write that function and here it will take the first argument and we have to write the parameter for it, which is a, let's say in this case. And obviously as we are calling one by one, I mean first we have to call someone, then it will come to it, we have to pass parameter argument 2. So here we have to write the return statement, and in the return statement what will return a function, right? So we are writing return a function, and let's say for example here we are taking another parameter called b. So let me first write the code, then I will explain the logic of it. So if not b, then will return, then we'll return the a value a, and otherwise we have to call the same function which is sum, and we have to just add the value of a plus b, right? And let's check in the console. Okay, so I did a mistake here. We have to put that inside console log, and we have to add extra parameters parenthesis here. Okay, let's check the code. Okay, let me refresh it. As you can see, we are getting the value 6. Obviously now I have to explain you how it is working. For that, let me remove the extra this argument. We are passing 3, right? So it will be very simple to explain you guys. Here imagine the first, you can see the first argument we are passing 1, which is nothing the value of a, right? Then obviously this first part is completed, right? And we are then calling with the value 2. When you are calling with the parenthesis, obviously we need to return a function, right? That's why we have written the statement, we have written return function, right? So inside that what we have written, if there is no value of b, then return a, but in this case we have value, we are value passing as 2, right? So it will comes under the other block which is not inside this if block, which is return statement. So and there what we are doing, calling the sum, and we are adding up this a and b. Then when we are adding up the value, what is the value? Value is 1 plus 2, which is 3, right? Then this extra parenthesis, that means it will call again. When it will call again, at the time what it will see, it will check if the value of b is there or not. Obviously we are sending nothing, right? And as the value a plus b value is what? 3. So the a value is 3 now. That's why we are getting the result as 3, right? So let's check a advanced version of the currying question. As you can see here, we have to write a function the name curry, and it will take one function. Here it is sum. I am writing that as parameter as fn here. Obviously we have to perform all this line of 14, 15, 16, and it should give the value 10. After performing this 3 different type of currying option, should get the same result. So let's start with the first one, which is pretty simple because we have to send all the arguments normally. We will not go with any sort of series of argument, right? So let's start with the first one. So just like in previous example, here we'll take number of arguments, and let's do one thing. Let's check what is inside this args, right? Arguments. So I'm writing console log args. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, it's an array. That the arguments we are passing there, we are getting those number of arguments here, right? Okay. Along with that, let's console log the fn function that we are passing into query function, right? Let's check what is inside it. I'm cleaning it off, and yeah, if we expand it, then we'll get all set of things. There are a lot of things are there, but if you see clearly, there is an option called length, right? So let's use that and write our condition here. If we write this condition, which is if the number of length of argument and the length of the function, if both are same, right, in that case we can perform the operation, which is our sum operation, right, that we are getting as argument in query function, right? So yeah, now if you return the value, I mean after performing the operation, if you return the value, then you will get the result as 10, right? So if you check, yeah, we are getting the value as 10. So our first part is sorted, the first one, right? Now let's try to solve the second one. Okay, for that we have to tweak our code a bit, right? So the second example, or second option is more like query operation, right? So as usually what we used to do, we have to return a function, right? And here what we are doing, okay, so what we are doing here, yeah, what I can do, let's copy this part of the code and this chunk of code, and put it above the return statement, and we'll give it a name. I'll explain you why we are doing it. We name it nested query, and same thing we are returning it. As you can see, there is nothing change in the code. It is work the same way that we did before. I just written the code above the return statement. So now what I'll do, here, if we in the else part, what we have to do, we have to return maybe another function. So what we should do, let's try the nested query, but no, it will not work for sure. Okay, yeah, okay, let's check our code again. So this, our first part is sorted, because in args you will get 1, but after that this 2 and 3 we have to get this value, and again somehow we have to again call it, so that we will perform the next set of argument. Let's say here 4, right? So for that, as you are calling it, obviously you have to return one function, right, the way we did in previous example, right? And let's say here we are giving a name called inner args, right? Let's check using console log what is inner args. Let me refresh it, and yeah, we are getting 2 and 3, right? Okay, so yeah, we got value 2 and 3. So 1, 2, 3, we are getting all these 3 values now. Okay, let me console log to show you the value 1. Yeah, if I console log args, then you can see this. Yeah, here let me refresh. Yeah. 1 2 3. Right now, if somehow I can, you know, normalize it, not normalize, I can say spread it out and this 1 2 3 4. Right, I mean flatten it. If I can flatten it, then maybe I can perform the sum operation, which is nothing but the first example, the way we did. Right, if we can flat it out, then we can able to perform the sum operation, right, the condition that we have written in line number 10. So now what I'll do, I'll return nested query. I mean, this is the same example, that kind of same example we did in the first example. So yeah, just we are keeping all this code inside a function, which is a query function. Right, now if you refresh it, you will get the value 10. Right, so I hope you can understand the solution. If not, just pause it and try to understand line by line, you'll get to know. So I console log it for better understanding. Yeah, if I again console log up inside this inner function, then again you will get those arguments and inner arguments, right? So yeah, this is our solution here. Yeah, everything looks good. So yeah, this was it. Thank you for watching.